The Bible's full of all those illustrations, right, and stories about human life and human behavior and activity and what to expect and what's going on. Incredibly rich. There was one story, said Jesus and his disciples were walking along this road, I guess after a hard day's work. They're heading home. And one of the disciples said, "There's a fig tree. Let's go over, have some figs, relax a little bit, and then continue our journey." And evidently the master thought it was a good idea, so the story says they all went off the side of the road to this fig tree. And it must have been the season of the figs, right? Or they wouldn't have said, "Let's go have some figs." So they walk over to this fig tree, and they look all around it, inside and out, check it all out, and to their very great disappointment, on this fig tree, in the season of the figs, there were no figs. On a fig tree. Very quickly, according to the story, Jesus said, "Take this tree out." That's what he said. A fig tree is supposed to have figs. Take this one out. Now, something interesting happened, though. Something interesting happened. The story says, one of them said, "Master, look, let's make a deal." Right? And God's always been in the deal-making business. Really, in reading the whole Bible. And sometimes it's kind of a game that's played. It says God and Satan got together one day. And Satan said, "I got a deal for you. You got this guy Job, he's a favorite of yours. But if you'll let me at him, I'll make him curse you before he dies." God said, "No way. He's my special favorite. He would never curse me." Satan said, "Try me." God says, interesting proposition. Now, poor Job doesn't know this conversation's going on. Wow. Who knows what all's going on, right? I don't know what all's going on. But God thought that over and said, "Hey, wait just a minute. I'll tell you what, Satan. I'll let you at him, but the only thing you can't do," because it's true, I've protected him up until now. And Satan said, "Yeah, you got a wall around him. I can't even get to him. But if you take the wall down, I guarantee he'll curse you." God said, "No way." He said, "Try me." God says, "Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you do anything but kill him." Satan said, "That's all I need." They make this deal. And now, sure enough, Satan goes after Job, according to the story. Takes his family, takes all of his possessions, afflicts him with sickness and boils, ruins his reputation. And now he's sitting on an ash heap, scraping his sores. His wife says, "Why don't you curse God and die?" He said, "Get away from me, woman." He said, "The good Lord gave me all this, and whatever he gives, he can take away." God's up there smiling. And he never did curse God. So Satan had to come back and say, "You got you quite a man. I did my best." God probably says, "I told you." Right? Now God says, "Well, I've played this game now with Job. What can I do to make it up to him?" Because if you play games with your friends, you got to make it up to him, right? So God says, "Well, I got to think of something." So he says, "I know what I'll do. I'll just multiply by 7 whatever he had to begin with." Which is probably what you should do if you play those kind of games, right? Multiply it at least by 7. So who knows what all's going on? But the Bible is rich in so many incredible stories. But this one, the master teacher said, "Take the fig tree out." But the disciples said, one of them said, "Look, we come by this way all the time. Give us a chance with this tree. We'll dig around it, see if we can work with it. And the next time we come by here, the next season, then we'll have some figs." Jesus said, "You got a deal." So evidently they worked with this tree. And sure enough, the story flashes back and says they came along that road the next season for the second time. One of them said, "There's our tree. Let's go have some figs." And for the second season in a row, they went over, checked out this fig tree, and sure enough, to their great disappointment, for the second season in a row, no figs. Without hesitation, Jesus this time said, "Take this tree out." And he added, "Why let it take up the ground?" And I guess that means fig trees better have figs. So you just have those meetings every once in a while. You call everybody together and say, today we checking the figs. To see who gets to stay. I don't know what else you do. Finally, you got to check by results. You judge by results in the final analysis. Okay. Now here's another key to leadership. In building a successful team of people,